Okay, this is the second part relating to this cooperative federalism as well as the competitive federalism which is existing in India with reference to the constitutional provisions in the Indian political system. Therefore, these are the basic areas which I have highlighted. I was talking about the that LGP and the liberalization, globalization, and privatization is going on. Now the public sectors have very limited scope to run the business, and therefore the one side there are the states because their shares are there also, their shares to get it from the union. After the GST, there is the share is divided by imposing the one nation one tax. This is the policy of the government in the direction of the welfare of the people, in the interest of the people, and at the same time for the well-being of the people, and to avoid the another aspect which are related to the complicated issues which said that there should be such type of things which are required to be adopted by the policy makers for the welfare of Indian community. That should be taken into consideration. A very interesting aspect is also there as it requires. And the globalization of and some principles are laid down by the WTO, the World Organization, for the benefit of all the uh, uh, member states of the United Nations Security Councils, and all these things are there. This is international aspect which requires to be discussed with reference to the Eastern international system also. And after that, there is a competition for benefit with centers also. It is very interesting competition in business. This is the competitive federalism is going on, and to get the more money as you can see at present the West Bengal and some other states are there where it can be said there is a competition relating to the ideology, political ideology. Some other states are also there, and this has happened in various times in the this uh, situation in India after the enforcement of the constitutional issues, and to include all these things, and therefore the basically of this competition relating to the competition in between the states and state and center to state also to get the more benefit, or in the interest of the public, because I have pointed out under this cooperative federalism or competitive federalism, there is one of the aspect is the interest of the public. Interest of the public is the largest interest of the public is the paramount facet and component of the system of federalism. Either it may be the cooperative, it may be the competitive federalism, and there is states competition for getting more fund, and asking the demand from the union also, and to get fund by trade and business, and the union allocation of fund. This is one of the area of the competitive that federalism in India, and a physical social infrastructure in a state, social atmosphere it requires also. In some places there are the industries, multinational industries, as well as the industries established by industrialists because of the facility available in these states, infrastructure facility, social atmosphere, social environment, basically attitude of the human being in favor of this special kind of the federalism, to apply this federalism, there should also be there also it is not a part of basic structure. The competitive federalism is not a part of basic structure of the constitution, as said from 1973, that the federalism is the part of or basic structure, and it has said in SR Bomai case also. You can see 94 case, and in some citation is there that this is the basic Kuldeep Nayar's case, 2006 case. You will go through these cases and you will search the cases in reference to the nature of the Indian Constitution, of the competitive federalism as well as the cooperative federalism in this regard, and then come into the constitutional position. After this summary discussion of the cooperative federalism and competitive federalism, which has started from the origin of this kind of the federalism in India, this is now the point is, what is the position, what are the provisions prescribed under the Indian constitutions. I am just highlighting these provisions by citing the articles and the summary provisions which is enumerated and prescribed under the constitution. That is, I have discussed in detail yesterday also, article 1, and there are 3 clauses. I will not repeat it today, but it has been given the power of the that territory, and which is prescribed under schedule 1 of the constitution, that I have analyzed. Therefore article 1 is also relevant for the purpose of the determining the cooperative federalism, as well as the, yes, cooperative federalism is the article 1 is relevant, cooperative federalism, because the territory is also defined under the Indian constitution. Therefore they have the separate domain. One side there is the domain of one state, another side the another state, and then the whole territory was state in the Union of India, that you have already seen. So please, this is the article 1, which I have said that this is the paramount provision under this one. And then of course I will not repeat the another articles which are under this legislative relationship between two. They have their own domain, they have their own list is given under schedule 7. I have repeated again and again. Subject matters are there, and they can make the laws for the purpose of the state, as well as the in the interest of the whole India. And the entries are there, subject matters are there, but there is the some special kind of the provisions, as I have pointed out the article 249. The provision of 249 I have seen various times can be asked by the examiner in the competitive examination. Please read it again and again, because you have just qualified, or some the participants who are pursuing this LLM course had qualified the LLB long back. Therefore the net is very essential to enter into the domain of service after getting the LLM degree, and it is also essential for others also. Then please that requires to be go through the 249 in the interest of the state. The legislation means law also can be made by the union, and but that resolution should be passed by the states. So that is 250. And at the same time I have said that 250 is also there, 251 is also there, and go through the articles which is written under these articles. And concurrent list is one of the very fruitful area, which says that there is the cooperation in between the two, and that is the both have the domain, both have the area to make the law under this subject enumerated under concurrent list. But there is another area, if there will be conflict, which law will prevail? This is also the question. And you can see that 246 is there, 254 is there, 255 provisions, some provisions are there. And the prevailing of the law made by the parliament, this is the provision. And if law is made by the parliament also, and it requires to make the law of that subject which is the subject matter of concurrent list by the state, then state can take the prior permission from the President of India also, if there is a issue or there is a matter related to the concurrently. These are the articles, please you will go through these articles, because it is not possible for me to discuss the matters in detail. These are the e-lectures, and I'm just citing here, and then go through these provisions of the one. And order of the union 256 administrative. If the order is given by the union have for certain purpose the upper hand, but that should be followed by the state also. And normally it has been seen various times, after the one and another directions, the state is being followed, because the state have other powers, constitutional powers, and this is the constitutional order. If the order was given by the union, it is a constitutional order. And there is the word written under 356, that if the constitutional machinery fails, order has not been followed. It means there is to think over it. This is the another concept which is given under, and consequences are also written under the 365, which I have said that. And the cooperation provisions under Article 258 of the Constitution. 258 of the Constitution, union list powers can be transferred. A very interesting provision. 258 is very interesting provision, which says that any subject which is enumerated under the union list, list 1, the subject matter can be transferred also by the union to the state, to the governor of that state. And that is the cooperative, clear cooperation in between the state and the union. 258, it is very interesting aspect, which says that, I'm just quoting again, that 258, for the purpose of the application of this cooperative system in India, power of the union to confer the powers extra on state in certain cases. Whatever is written, anything in the constitution, notwithstanding anything contained in the constitution, the president may, and the president is the executive head, but for the aid and advice of the president, you can understand the constitutional provisions relating to this one. And president have the power, and there is another organ, that is the council of ministers also. So therefore the word which is written under Article 258, that notwithstanding anything contained in this constitution, the president may, with the consent of governor of the state, with the consent of the governor of the state. And another side, the consent of the governor means the consent of the, again, the consent of the, basically, of the council of ministers of the government. And if the consent is there, then the conditionally or unconditionally to the government, it can be given the power by the center government, by the president, the subject relation to any matter to which the executive power of union extend. The executive power of the union extend, and the power of the executive is provided and enumerated under list 1. That power can be transferred to the state. It is the unique provision. 258 is the unique provision for strengthening, for maintaining, for making strongest to the cooperation in a federal character of India. That is, and another side, but there are two another clauses in this 258, and these clauses also said about this kind of the rider over such type of. But one very essential matter is also there, that 258, which has incorporated in the constitution in the year 1956 by the 7th amendment. 7th amendment of the constitution also very unique amendment. It is very unique amendment because the reorganization of states were also there. Some other amendments had made in the constitution. Therefore, this is the aspect of that we said that there should be the another provision which is provided under 258A of the constitution, says that again it starts from the notwithstanding anything contained in this constitution, means this article have the more authenticity which have written in this reference, in this context meaning power of the state to interest functions to the interest the union. 258 says that the union powers can be transferred to the state, and 258 vice versa says that the state's power can be transferred to the union. But there is an agreement between two, and the origin of cooperative federalism is the agreement in between the two organization, political organization in the particular country. This is that point of view very interesting. And notwithstanding anything contained in this constitution, as you know, I have discussed in various lectures the meaning of this one, whatever is written, but this have the governor of the state may, with the consent of the government of India, what it can be done, interest either conditionally or unconditionally, that to the government or its officer function in relation to any matter to which the executive power of the state extends. The executive power as it is prescribed under Schedule 7, List 2, state list. The powers also will be given with the agreement, or as a agreement. In between the union and the state, it can be transferred to the union. Vice versa, 258 you have also seen. The president can transfer the power, executive power, which is written under the union list also. Power is defined, and that can be transferred to the state, to the governor. And these are the aspect which 258A vice versa agreement in between the two. These are the two aspects which say that that there should be some interpretation of these two articles in the in favor or for supporting the argument of the cooperative federalism in India. And these are the, then if there is a water dispute, another provision is there. Water dispute, water cannot be stopped by anyone because it is just flowing in the rivers. It is flowing in the rivers, and rivers have their origin, source of water, and it is going up to the sea. But in between the various states are there, and there are the disputes relating to the distribution of Kaveri dispute, the very big dispute which we are seen from very beginning after the independence and the enforcement of this constitution in India. There is, so the solution of this problem is given by the constitution, that the water dispute shall be there. The union have the power to constitute the commission or to constitute the committee, and everything is there. Therefore, these are the systems which say that with the cooperation of everyone, that can be there, and that should be followed by the all the political organization and a elected government, democratic government with full morality, constitutional morality, so that it cannot be said that one is interfering without the provision of, or with the intention by violating the some provisions, that is very ideal provisions which are given under the constitution about this system which develops the cooperation in between two, agreement in between two, state and a state, and a state and the union. All these are here, and 263 interstate council, it can be constituted. 263 is the last article of this administrative relationship in between the state and the center. There are steps towards the competitive federalism. Of course, I have said that some part of this new economy as a unit, second unit. Now I am just completing this first unit of paper third for LLM student. Please, LLM first semester student, I am just completing this today of by this summary lectures. 8 lectures I have delivered on it. In one unit, of course, the 8 or up to the 10 lectures should be given according to the UGC norm, because it is a one credit subject matter of the according to CBCS, and all these rules and regulations, especially the regulations issued by the UGC time to time for the maintaining of the quality in higher education. It is also the duty to that there should be the quality education. Quality education. Please try to understand that whatever you are going to study, that should be the number one, authentic material. Number two, it should be from the authentic books of good writers who are eminent in their field, who have done the very hard work, deep study, and they have accepted by code of law and by some other the foreign courts also. So many things are there. Then taking a strengthen and a business and environment, all these labor flexibility in this competitive system of the federalism, and a new participation in India, new participation because of this economic aspect. Therefore, the concept of the competition and decentralization of power and a minimum interference. This is one of the component. Please, again, give attention on this aspect, decentralization of power. According to the provisions of the constitutional law in India, decentralization of power and minimum interference in the domain of the state, minimum interference. And therefore, constitution makers were very, they were the visionary person. They have given all the direction to the future government in India, decentralization of power according to the constitution. Policy guidelines shall make by the state also. There should be the policy. So that, because one of the concept under this course, your course is also there. It may be under that paper number 2, that there is a rule of law. In democracy, wherever there will be the democracy demands that, and it is the essential ingredient of the democracy. There is the rule of law, means the rules shall be run by the government according to the provision of law. Therefore, the policy by the policies should be or shall be made by the state for every affairs, for the purpose of the protecting the interest of the public. Interest of the public is the paramount, the function of the government in democracy, and the majority interest of the majority people, the maximum interest should be protected of the majority people in the India, in such type of dynamic and flexible democracy, which can be said that it can have the scope to change the dimension according to the demand of the public, according to the situation of the society. and according to the opinion of the public. That is also there. Therefore, the policy guidelines should be there. And the plan of expenditure in competitive, I am just citing the competitive federalism. The plan of expenditure should also be there. There should be the guidelines, and these guidelines should not be violated by any government once the guidelines has framed by application of the just and justiciable, or the proper mind by the government, that should not be violated by anyone. And the national object, protect the national object or national interest, it should be also followed, because the nation is supreme, the sovereignty is supreme, unity and integrity is supreme. Therefore, this should also be the object, to protect the nation. It is a duty of everyone. As I have discussed the FD also, as when we were discussing the constitutional values and the constitutional morality, and values are there. The first value is to abide by the constitution, abide by the constitution, whatever is written. Therefore, there is a oath by every people's representative is prescribed under the constitutional system also, and that is format is also given. Everyone is dedicated to the constitution, and the constitution is the supreme lex in India, and therefore the national interest object should also be there. And many the programs are running by the government in the interest of the public. At present, you can cite for the purpose of this that maintaining the cooperation in between the state. For example, the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. This is existing in India, within the territory of India, by voluntarily accepted by everyone, and that is for the interest of everyone. This is also there. Investors' need should be taken into consideration by the government. At the same time, the business competition should be kept in mind at the time of making the policy, because if there will be the revenue, there will be the finance, and there will be the much money in the exchequer, public exchequer, in the states fund or union fund, consolidated, all these funds are there. Constitution provides all these things. Mechanism is also there in the constitution, and by audit report of the public account, or every aspect is under the constitutional system, please. Then that is, but there are some lacunas and some suggestions also to be strengthened, this cooperative aspect, and the aspect which is the competitive federalism, and these should be followed. And lacuna is also the social condition, geographical condition also. In GST, you can see some special provisions for the Himalayan states, and therefore providing some fund, a special fund to them, because of their special kind of the geographical condition, and there is limited scope to establish any industry, factory, because of the geography. Therefore, this is the constitutional system also in our constitutional framework. There is that. Then the economic condition, because if there will not be the industry, there will not be the much resources for our earning, then that state should not have the very strong power in context or in relation to this economy. That is one of the aspects. And demand of the public and labor also. Labor, at present we are just analyzing the things. That labor has migrated from one state to another state, and for the purpose of livelihood, and they are coming back because of this epidemic disease and a condition which everyone is facing. That is the situation, that why and the laborers are migrating from one state to another state. Although some states are very big states geographically and by population wise, and in that state also some persons are working. Therefore, there should be the scope for the adjustment of the labor in their states, so that they cannot face any kind of the problem, and that also should be taken into consideration. And the policy makers must have to consider this issue for the betterment of the public and the largest interest of the public also. They are facing lot. If they will get the less minimum wage, it depends on the situation of particular state also, and it is different from state to state, and it differs. And but there is a national policy also which says that the interest of the labor should be protected. All the aspect that the lacuna and the other aspect which you will discuss, please go through it and search the material and study it, then apply your mind. Not only your job should not be to only to study. Your job is to think over that material. What is it's basically the system and the need and the indication object, and how far it may be applied in a situation which is existing in India. If it is not can be applied, then what are the lacuna? How these lacunas can be removed? This is the very essential aspect and the thought which should be considered by the law student also. The law student should be think over the issue how it can be solved, and the solution should be the legal solution, not a temporary solution, or not accepted by any others. There should be the legal solution for that purpose. Therefore, there should be the not should be, there is a need of the maximum benefit of the people, either by way of federalism, either by way of this cooperative federalism or the competitive federalism, or in any form of the federalism in the working style of the government according to the situation and provision of the constitution, that should be protected by everyone for the betterment of the government. And in this reference there is one US judgment, United States judgment is also there. Taxage versus White. It is all, of course, the not a new judgment, but relating to the taxage. Uh, but there is the authenticity of this case is also there. That's why this is all about this cooperative aspect, competitive federalism, and the provision of the constitution. And it is my sincere advice to all the students, please go through the provision of the constitution, then apply your mind, think over it by the study of all the areas. If one is just a study the 4 page and 2 pages, that is not enough. All the areas of the all the constitution of the global society and the Constituent Assembly debate, GOI of 1935. We have discussed a lot about the GOI in India with reference to the federal system. And thank you very much with the sharing your time with me as a student of law. We all are the student of law. We have the still learning process. We are trying our best, and every day we are getting the information and then applying it in the existing system of the polity, and I hope that you will go through the detailed study, and certainly the please, I'm in full confident you will get the benefit of these lectures by searching some another material, because you are the student of LLM and you have the internet facility. You are competent enough to search the material. Either it may be the sites developed by the UGC or some others. It is not just like a primary education or up to the intermediate, but everyone, and computer is one of the essential or the compulsory subject from very beginning also, and you are more competent than the rather than the competence of myself. I can analyze after getting the material, but you have the capacity to search the material and to go through the material. But I can guide you people to make your knowledge or the information in a way so that you may be say in future that after getting this LLM degree or LLB degree, we have got lot and we have developed the capacity to tackle every kind of the legal problem. That is the basically my words uh, to end this lecture, second part of today. Thank you very much.